Namaskar, a very good morning to one and all. Welcome to today's episode of Taste of India, organized by the Women's Wing of Indian Society of Western Australia. This is episode 12 of season 1, and today we are in the lovely abode of Reeja ji, and she is going to take us to a most sought after culinary delight of Kerala, which I'm not going to try naming it because I'll go wrong. Reeja ji, welcome.
Hello, I'm Reeja, and it's called Polichathu, which is fish roasted in banana leaf. So
Alright.
it's all that. It's very simple. It's a basic dish, but give it a fancy name. That's all it is.
Fish Polichathu.
Polichathu.
Alright, let's walk through the entire
Processing
culinary
what it is.
journey. Yes, I see beautiful spices here.
So
Wow.
it's quite a basic dish. It's very basic. You have the basic ingredients of like mustard, fenugreek, jeera, cumin, that is. And then you have two varieties of chili powder. One is for heat and one is for sort of the color because presentation is important.
Alright.
This is sort of the main thing. It's called kokum. Have you heard of kokum?
No, what's
Okay.
kokum really?
Kokum is actually one kind of tamarind. It has a very tangy taste.
Is it roasted in?
It's a fruit actually,
Alright.
and it's dried, and then it's again soaked in water, sort of just like the shiitake mushroom. It comes back to life when you sort of soak it in
soak in the water. It's very traditional. Is it very traditional?
It is very traditional.
Alright.
We have two types of tamarind. The other one is from the tamarind tree, and this what we make for sambar and things. This is mainly used for fish actually.
Okay.
Okay. And
Interesting.
then you have the pepper and turmeric, and the main thing is it's cooked in coconut oil. So
Alright, yeah.
coconut oil is the key ingredient because I've tried with other oil. It never gives that taste. It doesn't give that flavor. So
it's the flavor and the
maybe
taste
it's the kid light in me, I stick to the
Well,
coconut oil.
it is very strong, so yes.
So and not only that, and they say now it's the healthy thing. It's better than
Alright.
your olive and any other oil. So they say
Coconut
coconut
oil.
oil. Alright, so why not? And then of course we have the onions.
Very
Very
finely
nice,
chopped, I
very
would say.
very finely chopped.
Yeah.
Because that's the key thing. Don't bruise the onion, but it needs to be chopped finely. So sharp knife. And then you have tomatoes, ginger, very finely chopped, and then green chilies and garlic. Now that needs to be sort of finely chopped as well. Everything needs to be chopped,
Very finely
not
chopped.
crushed, because it gives a very different flavor when you crush them. So
Alright.
the key is chop it very fine.
Alright.
Okay? And then what I've done is, that is sort of that size of onions. I've taken 2, so that is the quantity. And that size of tomatoes.
You've taken 2 as well?
Yeah, 2 as well.
Alright.
And that size of ginger. And what I've done
Quite
is
generous amounts of
quite
ginger.
a generous amount. And then you have sort of 5-6 cloves of garlic. And that, the coconut, what I've done is, you need to wash it because you'll find sand in it.
Alright.
Because it's a fruit, it falls on the ground and then
it's dried.
it's dried up, so you will have sand. So you need to really wash it and then soak it in hot water.
Alright. And what
And
fish
then,
do you have here?
That's the fish. The fish is, I generally buy the black bream, and I find that it is very closer to the fish that we have in India. It's called karimeen, which is pearl spot. I think that's the scientific name or whatever to it. So I find this is very close to the taste, the similarities that. But when you have parties and things, what I have generally done is I've gone for Spanish mackerel.
Alright.
So
yeah,
I
yes,
take
maybe.
individual slices and then wrap it in individual pieces and serve. So
That's
so that is
amazing as well.
that looks amazing, but it's a bit dearer because mackerel is a bit dearer
Yeah.
fish. So
And
yeah.
you've just made
what
some
you have to do is
cuts there.
cuts there. Yeah, I've split it. You can have the head on, but for me, just looking at the head, I feel very sorry for the fish, so I generally take the head off. So
Alright.
yeah, so you sort of cut it, and then you split them.
Alright.
All right. What we're going to do is we will marinate the fish first, so that we get at least a minimum of and this is just for the color.
Okay.
Like, it's called babas. I don't know if you've heard of the babas chili powder.
No.
Okay,
Is
this
this like the Kashmiri mirch? And
No, this is Kashmiri mirchi, which is just the color and flavor.
Alright.
This is the heat.
Alright.
And then I've taken a spoon of pepper and a bit of turmeric, and I've made a paste
Alright.
with salt.
Okay.
Okay.
4.
So 1, 2, 3, 4,
Okay.
and then 5.
Alright.
Salt. It's a must. Okay.
Alright.
So what we'll do is, what I will do. Sorry,
No worries.
I don't want to stain my hand because turmeric
That's
does
fine.
stain.
Yeah.
So, and the fish taste. So what I've done is, I've mixed it, I've sort of made a paste out of it. So
Okay.
what we will do is, we will sort of rub
Just
the
rub it.
fish with,
Just a small
With
question. Do you
yeah.
put water or
Yeah,
oil
water.
while-
no,
Yeah.
no oil, just water. Water will make a paste out of it, okay? And then, I think pretty much this is what we do when we fry fish, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I don't use pepper when I fry fish,
Yeah.
but this dish calls for pepper as well. Okay, so that is it, and yeah, see to that it goes inside, everywhere, because, and yeah, heat. Now I said 1 spoon of that, but be very careful, it is quite a hot dish. Okay,
Alright.
so if you want to serve for children, I think I would just stick with the Kashmiri chili and not
Like this,
bother with the,
based on your
but
intensity.
based on your intensity of heat and things. Okay.
Alright.
So that is it. Now, what we can do is we can shift to our sauteing of what we're going to do with this. This is the masala part of the
Fish
dish.
preparation.
Okay. So can you take it to my stove?
Yes. Do you want this as well?
Yes, please.
Thank you very much.
So what we're going to do is we're going to use the coconut oil,
Alright.
which is the main ingredient in it. Okay. And I think the aircon has sort of frozen my coconut oil.
The heat will do
So,
wonders.
yeah. So now the key is to sort of get the oil really hot. Do not put any ingredient at all into the oil before it heats up, because that gives a very different flavor.
So it has to be really
It has
in the
to be
boiling
hot.
temperature.
It's not boiling temperature, but it needs to be hot.
Okay.
It has to warm up, because once you put mustard, it needs to splutter immediately.
Alright.
If not, it has a very different flavor. Because these are things that I've learned in my sort of, when I started cooking, I really didn't know anything. So these are things that I learned, you know. It definitely has a flavor. When you have a good tongue, you will know the difference.
When you know the fish,
Yeah.
you know the fish.
You know the fish, that's it. So
Alright.
what I'm going to do is, I'll move all this here. Sorry. So just check the temperature of it, and you feel that it is warmed up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah? Stick 1.
And see if it is hot enough.
Yeah, that's it. It is not.
So timing
So
and
timing,
intensity is the key.
intensity is quite important.
I'll go this way, probably will be easier for me to understand what you're doing. Oh, this looks amazing.
So you can smell the coconut oil. Like
Yeah.
that
I
is
think that
the
gives
key
a
thing.
flavor as well, right?
It really does, you know.
Yeah.
And there is other versions to these to this fish as well. It's trending in Kerala at the moment, because people are like, oh, we can't be bothered with all the sauteing and, you know, the cutting and chopping. So they've sort of bought another dish out of this.
Oh,
So
really?
that is
Cool.
amazing as well. The same thing, it's called mean Polichathu, but in coconut milk.
Ah.
So that is it's really trending at the moment. So
Oh,
I don't
really?
know, someone, I don't know, I'm not sure who the chef is, but he sort of bought a different version to it, and that tastes amazing.
Modified it to
A very
Simply, yeah.
simple thing, and it tastes really good.
Is it heat?
Has
heated
heated
up?
Yep,
Yeah.
it has heated up. So let's go. Mustard, and I'm a hand person. If you ask me how much,
It's taken
half a
place,
teaspoon, 1 tablespoon, I'm not sure, maybe a handful. Okay,
Yeah.
not a handful, and
A
the same thing, a
fingerful,
fingerful.
probably.
Yeah. Okay.
If that
So-
exists, yeah.
See that? it's
Yeah,
spluttering,
Yeah.
so it has to splutter.
Once
Once
you for the spluttering.
yeah, you get once you get that sound, you know,
I can
it's
smell
starting-
it though,
You can
yeah.
smell it, isn't it? Yeah. And then we add. You see that?
Yeah.
It started popping. Then you add the jeera, sort of.
Yeah, you
a quarter
activate
spoon.
all the spices.
Yes. That's it. And then you add the fenugreek at the end because this tends to burn. And once this burns, it has a very bitter flavor.
Yeah,
So
that's
never
true.
ever add it in the front, like
the
when you
beginning,
add
yeah.
in the beginning,
Yeah.
like just add that. And
Yeah.
fenugreek, just a quarter spoon of fenugreek. That's all it is.
Yeah, not
It
too
is
much.
quite no, because it's got a very very bitter flavor.
Okay.
And then of course,
The curry leaves?
without no Indian cooking without that.
Alright. This seems real Indian cooking. Everything activated there.
And then
I'm just noting down everything for specific timing.
so now that is stopped, the fluttering is stopped. Let's do the onion.
Alright.
So that's 2 big onions, so you will need it. And again, kindly do not use your food processor, yada 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 things to do it. It is not
It's just
advisable.
finely chopped.
It is to
Yeah.
be finely chopped because the flavors are different. I've been lazy and I've used the chopper and I've done it. I won't say I've not done it, but
It's not the
It's
same.
not the same.
It's not the same, yeah.
and then we add
The chili.
chilies. Now, depending on heat again, I've added about 4 or 5 chilies.
Yeah.
But if you're not a hot dish person, stick with 2. That is more than enough.
So we have the powder as well and the chili.
And
so
the
we're
chili,
making it
yes.
very hot.
I prefer the frozen chilies that we get from India because the chili here I find it has a very different flavor again.
Yeah, it
So
doesn't
I
have the same
prefer
taste, yeah.
the same
Yeah.
taste. It doesn't give us that authentic taste from Indian.
Yeah, that's true.
And then you have the garlic,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have the ginger.
So I've seen that you put a little of both. So
I had
okay,
sort of
almost
that
here.
size, so
Yeah.
I've sort of emptied. So
Yeah,
about
I can-
5, 6
So, the
cloves of garlic, big ones. Okay?
Yeah.
This is it. Now, people say that when you need to add salt to sort of to make the cooking process quicker. But for this, I prefer not to because I want the onions to still have that crunch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let it saute for 2 minutes, 3 minutes maximum.
So do you
Till
saute in the same
I the same flame. I'm not
same flame,
change
alright.
the flame at all. So it's full on, and then keep sauteing it, and not till it goes brown or anything. It has to go just.
So we can't be
pale.
lazy. We have to be time
You have
specific.
to be time specific. You can't, and you need love. Don't do it without. If you don't have time, if you don't have the passion,
Do not do it.
Do it.
So,
Don't
yeah.
bother with it.
I can see my crew saying I cannot do it. So yeah, probably that's why
The other
people
version.
need to appreciate the taste as well.
That's it.
So that's it.
So what we can do is the other version.
Oh,
There is no
modified
the
version
modified
for lazy
version.
people
Yeah,
like
for
me,
lazy people.
probably. My mom tells me, cook this, it's quick. And then, you go on to doing it and think, I can't do this
Yeah,
much. I'll just put it
exactly.
together.
So you can see the heat. It's like
Yeah.
quite intense. The heat is quite intense. So keep it that way, and then keep moving the onions around so that it doesn't brown. You don't want that brown, sort of the burnt taste. You don't want that in the dish because, again, fish with burnt onion doesn't taste nice. So I think this is all I do. Okay.
I see that the leaves are also getting,
Wilted?
yeah,
Yeah.
but it's not burnt.
It's not.
It's
So
still green.
So this is the stage. So maybe we've done it for 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That's all. Now let's start adding main ingredients. Fish. Again, turmeric.
Turmeric, the main
Antioxidant.
anti-inflammatory,
There you go,
many
doctor.
properties.
So that.
Indian kitchen is like pharmaceutical.
It is actually. Actually, you know what? The cumin, the fenugreek, everything is got medicinal value,
Yeah, it
isn't
has
it?
medicinal properties. Yeah.
So you have the really hot chili powder. So
I'm
I've
just giving you
used,
space so that everybody can
Yeah.
see it.
so I've used a spoon and a half.
Oh, again here as well.
Yeah,
All right.
so it is quite a hot dish. I don't know if I meant to say this. It's a summer dish. I love it with a cold beer. You have
Oh,
it with
yes.
cold beer, it is the dish.
You know, when you said it, I can almost see myself on the coastal side. You know, just
Yeah, the
having
toddy-
fish and
this is-
a beer.
This is a toddy shop speciality.
There you
actually.
go. So, you know, you created the entire environment when you said it, you know.
So that's it.
All right, so we put
Okay.
turmeric and both the
And
chilies.
both the chilies, and that's
Yeah,
it.
that's
okay?
it. All right.
There is no coriander powder at all to this dish.
This is good to know. We
Now,
put everywhere.
now, once I've dropped the powder into it, I have reduced the flame to 0. It is like to the minimum, okay? Because
Okay.
chili powder tends to burn, so you need to sort of saute it.
It's like a scientific experiment. You need to know which one burns and when to do what, you know?
I find turmeric burns quicker, so you have to be very careful with heat and turmeric.
Yeah, that's true.
So this is
Yeah,
the main
it's
part.
getting into a
You have-
paste.
It gets to the paste, and then you can smell the rawness leave, like
Mhm,
the rawness of the
Yeah,
chili
yeah,
powder
chilies
and
and- yeah.
turmeric go. You need to saute till then. Okay?
Okay.
Don't like it doesn't have to turn browny brown.
Okay,
It has to
that's-
go only this much.
All right, as you can see, it's changing color, it's changing texture, and there wasn't a lot of oil used. So
No,
it was.
I didn't use a lot of oil because we're frying the fish again in oil, which
okay.
is again oil,
Yeah.
and then this oil, too much of oil, then
Doesn't, yeah. Okay.
it gets to be a bit too heavy for you.
Yeah. So not too much oil, just a tad bit for frying, tad bit when she shows us with the fish.
So now it's come together,
Mhm.
and if you can really come closer and you can smell it, you will feel that the rawness of the chili powder is gone.
Even the coconut oil has blended.
Yes, it
Yeah,
has
the
blended.
smell of the
Now
oil
that
has
is
blended.
two tomatoes. Now when I say 2 tomatoes, when you add it to the masala and you see that it's a bit too much, then stop with
Yeah.
adding it. See, now it's like that will do. You know,
Mhm.
once you add the tomatoes, there is water in it, so bring back the flame up.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
so that it takes away the vapor.
Yes, because I don't want it getting too wet and watery. So I want the water evaporating.
You just
as
want
a
the masala
masala
to be masala.
masala, not
Alright.
not a watery dish.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, you talked about the fish. Do you think there is any other fish we can use if we don't get this pearl spots?
No, we don't get pearl spots here,
Yeah.
so that is definitely off.
Okay.
We have black rim, which is the closest fish what we get, and I love black rim. The flavor is
Yeah.
really amazing. It's a
Okay.
full-bodied fish. It's really yum.
Okay.
Then, of course, as I said, Spanish mackerel.
Yeah.
You have a fish called Moses.
Moses.
Yeah, Moses. It's a sort of a pink color fish.
Is it a river fish as well?
No, I'm not sure. I
Yeah.
shouldn't say. I'm not sure. The guy that I buy fish from, he's amazing. He'll tell me what to buy, so
Okay.
that you know he knows sort of a bit of Indian cooking and things. So
Oh,
he'll tell
alright,
me,
that's
this is good for your curry. This is good for frying. So
Someone in Australia knowing
yes,
that?
he's an
Yeah.
Italian and he's really into food as well. So
Oh
it's
yeah,
amazing.
Italians know their
Yeah.
food as well, huh?
Just like us, they
Yeah,
know.
they do.
Now comes the salting part. Okay.
At the end.
At the end, remember we have already salted the fish as well.
Oh yes,
So
that's true.
we have marinated the fish, we have salted the fish, so we have
A little bit of salt there,
of
yeah.
salt in there.
Not
So
too
then-
much here.
Yeah, again, according to taste, some people really like salt in their food. I'm one of them. You see, it's sort of,
As we say, salt as the taste.
yes,
Yeah.
salt for taste. And now if you come closer, you will see that the tomato is mushed up.
Yes.
It's gone. You sort of, you know, it's not really gone to a paste form. You still can see the tomatoes, but it's
added,
sort of
yeah,
blended together.
Blended together, yeah.
That's when you add the cocoa and a little bit of water.
All right.
Okay, so
Oh,
that
all of
has
it, all right.
all of it with the water. So the cocoa is thick. Now, when I have guests, this is generally served in the evening, isn't it? So I make this masala in the morning actually, so that it has time for that tanginess to blend, like seep into the masala. So that really helps. It's not a dish that you pack and do it.
Just do
No.
it. Yeah, it's not.
You can prep. Sometimes if you are really busy, you know how Indian dinners are. We make about 200 dishes, so we don't absolutely have time. So sometimes what you can do is you can do it the previous night. The more
you keep it in the fridge,
you keep it in the fridge.
Right.
The more you have it, the
more
more time, the more flavor.
It's all about marination,
yes,
isn't it? That's
it is.
marination.
So now it's come together, and that's it. So
I can smell the chilies.
you can smell the chili. I really don't want to put the exhaust on because then it makes a lot of noise. So yeah.
While smelling, I shouldn't have kept my mouth open.
And you're done.
So do you think there could be any vegetarian version of it?
Oh, good question. Okra. Maybe with okra. I don't know. Maybe okra is a good choice actually. But you'll have to deep fry okra because you know how it is. It is sticky. It is sticky.
What about paneer or something? No?
I find paneer is such a boring thing. Whatever you add, I feel there is no flavor to it. But it's a very popular dish. I'll give you that. A lot of people like it. It's just like tofu.
It's a
Healthier
dish,
option.
yeah.
It's protein. I'll give you that. So I eat it. That's not the thing. But it's very hard to get a flavor into it. I don't know if you realize
it doesn't get any.
Really doesn't. So paneer is not an option. I find okra is the best option. Or even eggplant.
I think eggplant is going to be very good.
But not the Lebanese one, the bigger one,
Yeah, the round.
And then you slice it exactly like sort of thickness and fry it like fish. And
I think eggplant is going to be a very good
vegetarian
option for vegetarians.
So, that's it. It's over. It's done.
Interesting.
So we're done here.
And we have, I have seen that you have kept banana leaves out there.
Yes.
Very traditional.
Now comes the.
Let me know if I can help you with anything.
Now comes the fish frying part, which what I've done. Leave at least half an hour for the fish to marinate and sort of soak the chili and
all the spices
into it. Okay.
And we fry the fish as well in coconut oil.
Sorry. Now this is the second stage to it. This is where we use a bit more oil because you need oil for fish, or else I find that it has a very burnt taste. You get that barbecue. Talking about barbecue, that is a very good barbecue option.
Oh, that's true.
You don't need a pan. Once you do the fish in banana leaf, you can put it on a barbie and you can do it. I've done it plenty of times.
Or maybe in the oven as well?
You can.
Or like charcoal and things?
Charcoal is you get the absolute flavor. And of course, banana leaf is not available everywhere or anywhere because I've got plantain leaves plantains at home. I get.
Yeah, that's true. I was wondering to ask, where did you get this from?
Right from my garden.
Oh, that's it. So you need to have a kitchen garden for the original. This is very organic.
What you can do is you can use butter paper and foil.
That's true,
So you don't get the flavor of the banana leaves, but
banana leaves do add to the flavor of the authenticity.
Makes such a big difference. Grandma, like olden days, like not olden days, even still, when grandma cooks, what she does. Once the cooking is done, she closes the dish with a banana leaf.
Just
instead of a plate or anything, she uses banana leaf to close it, and it makes such a big difference. That flavor, it's so awesome. Just the rice, she'll just puts the banana leaf over the rice, and the taste is just amazing.
That brings me to the next question. How did you learn this dish? Is it from your grandmother?
Grandmother.
There you go.
Not from my grandmother, it's from my mom. Mom does it.
Traditional.
She learned it from. I'll tell you the truth. When, like those days, what we used to do is look forward to is the fish and, that dish, but not the prepping part or anything. Swear, didn't go into the kitchen to do it, but then once, you're away from home,
you miss it.
Oh, you really miss it. A month of burgers and pizzas, and then I was like, no, I can't do this. I need my food. So
that's true.
That's when you start learning. Now this is hot. Now we take the fish and Mr. Curry leaf again. Now I can give you some tips for the house not smelling of fish.
Oh yeah, that's very helpful here.
I found that a lot of houses when you walk in, I have fried the fish before people came. Did you smell any fish?
No, not at all.
No. What you have to do is add some curry leaves. Okay, that is a flavor enhancer, and that
also takes
care of the smell. And then basin.
Okay.
Our basic basin, which is chickpea flour.
Yeah.
You put a little bit of that in the oil.
And won't it burn?
No, it won't. And you put the fish on it, you will find that it reduces the smell very, very drastically.
You've given us an awesome tip because, we're known for it's an Indian house, it's
as we have to walk
spices, good food, but
So, you press it down so that all parts of the fish. That is what takes time.
I'm going to quickly check if there are any questions.
Keep moving the fish, because the shape of the fish. I've turned the fish over. Fish needs to cook properly. I will use a little bit of oil. I'm bringing down the temperature, which I shouldn't be doing. My mom was here, she would yell.
That's not the perfect traditional way, huh?
It is not.
Alright, it's getting a good color there too. I see you getting a lot of, likes here.
Really?
Yeah, I'm sure.
People do really like fish, but it's the prep. If you don't know how to make it properly, or the cleaning process, that is what makes people sort of put them off fish.
That's true. Either you love fish or you hate fish. Yeah. And also it's like, and it's a festival time, so it's like, for some parts we do not eat fish, and it's a vegetarian time because it's, Navratri time.
For some,
yeah, but for Durga Puja time, it is, you will end up with fish. Yeah. So, it's, it's a nice timing as well. For everybody out there, wishing you a lovely Navratri and a happy Durga Puja. It's Shubha Navami today.
It is Navami today.
Yeah. I see how it's, getting the color.
Color. It needs to be done in the sense, back home, the heat, it's wood from, cooked in wood and things, it's like
the main
thing.
Yeah,
So it's like the heat is so intense, it cooks it. But here, I think you have to be more careful about how you do it. You need to cook it off.
Especially if you don't have a gas and it's a plate. So
now comes the banana leaf part. Wow. Careful while handling the fish, it tends to break. So you have to be very, very careful, be very delicate with it.
alright. And you have the
I have the banana
leaf.
leaf. Now this needs to be prepped as well, because for this, if I fold it without prepping it, it'll crack.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is,
you use those spices.
yes,
Do I take those spices straight away so that you have spice?
yes please, thank you. What we do is, we generally wet it. You wet it, and then you put a flame on.
You'll be kind of burning it a little
Burning
bit.
it a bit so that I soften it a bit.
Okay.
So that when I fold, it doesn't crack and the fish doesn't leak.
It's
The
an
masala
art.
doesn't
You're doing it like beautifully, yeah. Okay.
leak. The first time I did it,
Did you burn it?
yeah, big time.
Alright. So for
It
first
took me a
timers, you need more
Yeah.
leaves.
More leaves. Well, first I have to stick with butter paper and foil. Forget
Alright.
banana leaf. So you can see the color of the leaf has changed. It was really dark green before.
Yeah, now
And
it looks
it's
fresher.
fresher, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah. And can we move to this table?
I've seen you kept one ready already.
I did. I was not sure what
Yeah.
the cooking time for the fish will be, so I prepped one.
I'm just
And
keeping an
I-
eye on.
The time. Are we good for time?
Yes, absolutely.
So another trick is this part is a bit hard. So give it a little tap
Okay.
so that you crush it a bit.
I can hear the.
You can hear that
Yeah,
breaking.
yeah.
Okay. Now we have this.
So look how beautifully it's changed the color.
Now you see this. I had to prep before because I was not sure about how long it will take to sort of the fish to cook or anything and give time
it's not
constraints.
very dry.
It is not. No, it's not. It's a very, very moist fish, so
Okay.
it's really good.
Has to be very gentle to that.
It has to. You have to be very, very, very careful while frying fish because then it breaks. Once it breaks, you lose the total beauty of the fish.
While she's preparing the fish, I hope, I'm just reminding you that this is presented by the Women's Wing of ISWA. It's all about women's empowerment, and when we say women's empowerment, we are, not only talking about women rising up, it's also being supported and being joined by men together. So we are hoping that someday, we get men to be cooking for us as well. So
Good luck. But there are men who
I meant the show as well, so that it doesn't feel like, oh, it's cute.
I think this is an absolute men's dish because a bari and a bottle
Abade is very,
I think
I
you
see
can do
what
it.
you're saying.
So we can say we've Aussified it.
Yeah, alright. My brother is a very good cook, so he
because
It's
it
rest.
rests.
Calm down.
Because
Cool
it
down.
needs to rest, and you will find that the kokum's color is sort of seeped into there.
Yeah,
That is why it's changed color.
It's changed color.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to plate. I'm going to show you how to sort of go about wrapping it, because that's an art as well. Because you do it wrong, it tends to sort of break and seep through. I've done it so many times.
More curry leaves.
The key ingredient. Do not
Yeah.
cook without Indian food without a curry leaf. That's what I say.
The smell. The smell is very good.
Okay. And then you take the fish.
Yeah.
Okay. And then top
You
it with
top it
again.
with this.
Yeah.
All right. As you can see, she's wrapping it from all sides.
It needs that, or it's the main flavor is from the masala. You know, it has to. You know, when you eat it, you take the masala and the fish together and you eat it. Only then you get the full taste of what it is.
Yeah.
You turn it around.
You wrap it like
As a baby.
yeah, it's true. Bedding there.
Yeah. You see why I broke that part? Because if I had not broken it, it would break.
It's a lot. That's
all.
all.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's over and done. You get this in any cook shop, like
Yeah,
any
that's
cookery shop. If you can't find this, and you have plantains at home, you have the bark of the plantain. You pull it, it comes out as a thread.
It's like a thread.
It comes out as a
Yeah.
thread.
Yeah.
That's what back home we use it. This is like
That's the
modern
original version, and
Yes.
this thread
This is
is
the modern
more
version.
industrialized modern version. But we have that here.
So I can get you the traditional
From your kitchen garden.
from the kitchen garden, but yeah.
You're very lucky. You've made your arrangements. Shows
Well,
how keen you are with cooking as well.
It's not me, it's my husband. He's really likes his fish, so he's seen to that.
So yeah, you eat, like we said, you either love fish or
Or you
don't care about it.
Yeah.
You know.
So
You
you have
have
that.
to do it proper.
You have to do it proper.
I was once asked by somebody that, Indian cooking is all about spices. Do you even taste the things? So I was like, no, that's the difference,
That's the difference.
The spices that we have has different properties, and that's why we use the spices for different reasons. And different times of the day, different seasons, we eat different things. So it's not like you put the same spices everywhere. So like you put different spices, different timings. It's
It's
interesting.
also
how we do it.
medicinal value in our food, you know.
Yeah.
Everything has got its own medicinal value. You have turmeric, you have cumin, you have fenugreek,
Yeah.
and I don't know what the green chili I think has some sort of medicinal value to it. I'm not sure about the red chili part. And then you have the curry leaves. So
Yeah.
all those
Yeah, it
So
does have.
really, it's a very balanced food if you realize. Indian
Yeah.
food is very,
Very
very balanced. So
Well, it's a gastronomic delight anyway, so
now that is how you do it. Okay, you prep, it's ready. You can prep this in the morning itself and just leave it.
For it to get the flavors in.
Yeah, in, and then evening. You don't want to get into the kitchen, give it to the man and go, please do it, and you're free.
Yeah, that's true. You can get ready to
Yeah.
guest while,
All right. How are we with time?
Perfect. I'm just looking at the comments. We have nice comments. Thank you, Mahendra ji. Parani said telling someone to learn, simply to learn. So, we all want to eat it soon. Not everybody is lucky as us today. So, I think it's a beautifully done recipe, and I'm sure everybody's keen to try it out.
Are you alright? Now, you see, it has broken a bit because I was more keen on topping them than
So much
seeing to it.
focus.
Yeah. Now, again, bit of oil, but the oil is sort of because it doesn't burn, it smokes a bit. So that is what the oil is for. Okay.
Bless you.
Thank you. Sorry.
It's okay. I think we haven't used this, so
That is
all the
what it
spices
is. All the
going.
spices are going in. That is what it is. So again, it needs to go hot
Yeah.
before we add.
Probably
anything
that's
to it.
also another reason why it has to be specifically this oil.
Yes.
Because olive oil you cannot burn. to
You
that
cannot do,
temperature,
yeah.
So while we wait for this, just reminding you that the Diwali Mela is still on, and it's on the 7th and 8th of November. Make sure you be a part of it, because after all the all the changes and all the tough times that we went through, we still are lucky in WA to have this opportunity to meet everybody, celebrate our festivals of light, and be a part of the community. We all want to be out. We all want to see different activities going on, different stalls for shopping. But the good part is we all will be adhering to all the policies and procedures and the protocol of social distancing, and being careful of what requires us to be as per the legislation. So yeah, we're looking forward to seeing you there. We have beautiful performances coming up. One of it is to remember all the celebrities. So I'm just having a look at
Now
what
I'll
she's
put
doing
that,
here.
I have put it in oil. You can see that it is, now this needs to cook, which is a bit of a, that's what I love doing in the barbecue, because you
Yeah.
have that intense heat. So I
That's
prefer that.
true.
So
you
and
cover
then
it.
You cover it.
All right.
So that the cooking process is quicker. Now, do you want the lazy version of this?
I think it'll be good to know.
Yeah.
For me, for sure,
So it's the same prep of what you've done there.
Yeah.
In the sense, you have to marinate the fish with
Mhm.
chili powder, turmeric, pepper, and salt.
Yeah.
You marinate it, leave it for about half an hour, 20 minutes. No,
Okay.
I think an hour would be perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 hour, and then you fry it exactly. You fry that,
Okay.
just like that.
Okay.
And then you take it out again, but you really, really need banana leaves for this. That was the
this
thing.
is the trick.
Yeah, that
This
is the trick. And then we have earthen pots. We have this.
Again, the
this
flavor
is-
from everywhere.
Yeah. So this pot is really important. You can see. Yeah. So this is from Kerala. I think every Malayali house will have this. We make our fish curry in this. We do everything in this. Even this, I do this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, you put it on the gas and
Yeah,
all right.
we do it.
Okay.
Now, what we have to do is we put it on the gas.
Mhm.
We take a banana leaf.
Mhm.
We put it over it.
Mhm.
Okay. Once the banana leaves starts heating up, because it
Mhm.
gets hot. So you pour coconut oil again.
Okay.
Okay. Curry leaves,
Uh-huh.
and then you put the fried fish into there.
Okay.
Okay. And then once you hear the sizzling sound, when the cooked fish will start sizzling again. When you hear that sound, you pour thick coconut milk. Like
It's
really
like the
thick
condensed
coconut
version of it,
milk,
yeah.
the condensed version of it, or the top version of coconut milk.
Not the liquidy
Not
part.
the liquidy part. You pour over the fish. You really pour it all over the fish,
Okay.
and then you add slit green chilies,
Mm-hmm.
fresh ginger, like chopped
I can
ginger.
already taste the flavor in
Yeah. Bit of pepper,
Uh-huh.
bit of salt.
Mhm.
If it isn't seasoned, raw mangoes, green mango.
Green mango, the
Green
tangy
mango,
taste.
you get that tangy taste.
Mm.
Okay. Once the coconut oil comes to boil, you switch it off, and it's
Ah.
ready to be served.
It's like a curry version.
It's a curry version of
That's
it.
it.
And it's a really simple version, because chopping that onions, tears,
Oh well,
Yeah.
it's a lot of hard work, and
your makeup
the
running,
fine
you really
chopping.
don't want that. So that is the lazy man's version, but I prefer that version. I don't know. I think
Well,
it's
I
the,
think this
it's
looks
the coconut
amazing.
milk. If you like the taste of coconut milk, I love that flavor.
Yeah, it is. Wow. And be careful with that.
Yeah, it is fluttering, it's fluttered. You have to be careful. This is change color. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just in the meanwhile also having a look. And while this is loading, Diwali Mela again I was mentioning. So we have very lovely programs this time. We had Ramayana last time. We have Krishna.
Krishna's song.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Last year it was amazing.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
It was amazing. So and then we have Yade. It's all based on all all the known maestros of Bollywood who we had a loss this year during the Borkataky.
Okay.
It's all taking all of those maestros into account and paying a tribute.
Oh, that's nice.
And yeah, then we have lovely dance performances as always from different organizations and associations. With ISWA. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it with the colors around and the food around. Not to mention,
it brings the feeling of home, isn't
that's
it?
it. I think that's
always like, oh, you're at home now.
That's true. It's that community feeling again. And when you see everybody in Perth joins in, whether you're from India or you're from Australia, Italy, Spain, doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, so and you're all there looking at the Festival of Lights and interacting, eating.
Yeah, particularly now that we can't go home.
That's true.
It's sort of very heartbreaking. So you feel when you go into the community and you meet all these people, you feel at home and at peace about it.
Yeah, that's true. So I'm looking forward to it, and I hope this entire situation gets better, for a lot
soon.
Soon for the people back home who are still having to be very careful.
It is. We're sort of very blessed, isn't it?
We're very blessed, and fingers crossed all over the world they recover soon. With this entire virus situation, we get a vaccine, and we're back again.
We're back again.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to going home as soon as that happens.
The first flight, I think I'll be on it. I generally tend to fly home sort of
in December.
3 times. No, 2 or 3.
3 times. Oh my God, that's a lot.
Minimum 2 times a year.
Oh my God.
I need to.
Yeah. So are you from Kerala, or you said you were a Chennai?
No, I'm a Chennai girl.
Yeah.
My roots are from Kerala, but brought up in Tamil Nadu. So I've got the Tamil and the Kerala cuisine in it. Yeah.
Wow, this looks like it's getting done very nice.
It is almost ready. How long is the time? How good the time?
Yeah. Don't worry about it. I checked this so that we just know that, if there are any comments or any questions that we may have to there. And we answer it while you are there. It's for the team.
It is done.
Okay, look. The roasting only happens on the leaf and probably baking inside.
It is baking inside. So that's how we get the flavor of the banana leaf. So it's done. Okay.
So do we keep it there for a while, or you take it off?
No, you need to eat it hot. Only then you get the full flavor of it. Let me just grab a plate. I'm going to take it out. You have to be very careful when you take it out, okay? Because now that the leaf is really softened, you will find that it breaks. So very, 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 very delicate.
Yeah, we have a dish over East as well, like in Assam, Bengal, where we use the banana leaf to wrap the fish. So
The Amritsari mochi, I think, sort of similarly thing? No,
it is
very
much. We also have that. We do it like we call it bhapa, which means steam.
So, right.
Yeah.
So we've got that version. Now, if you can give me 2 minutes to plate it, and I'll show you, or I can show you how it looks when we open it, and then I can plate it for you.
I think it's pretty hot now, isn't it?
It is. So, but it's better to handle it when it's hot. Then you can see how it looks steaming hot.
All right. I see you put like the dressing already with like round, very finely chopped round onions, round tomatoes, and lemon. All
You
you're
really
missing is
don't
going
need
to the
it.
beach and getting a beer.
That's
So
right.
yeah.
What I would say is lemons just for decoration. Don't use lemon because it tends to overpower because it's already tangy. So you use
Yeah, you
lemon.
use tamarind as well. Yeah.
So it's going to be a bit too tangy, not really. If you come closer and then I can show you how it looks
I'll just take
when
this
it
off.
opens up.
Beautiful, isn't it?
So that's how it looks. Okay, of course.
And there you go, the decor.
Okay, this is now you can plate it like that,
Mm-hmm.
or you grab a fresh banana leaf. Okay, you can go all out and set it up.
Oh my god, if you put this, like, this can go to a Michelin star restaurant and, you can put it there. As you can see, it's very finely done.
So this is the trick part where how are you going to transfer it?
Oh yes.
Okay.
So tricky.
It is.
Oh, it's only the fish you push.
Oh no, you put the masala as well.
Oh,
That's the best part.
that's true. What would you eat this with, actually?
By itself,
Uh-huh.
or we generally tend to eat it with a thing called porota, which is not the Punjabi version of parathas, but
Is it like the Malabari?
the Malabari parotha,
Yeah.
or rice,
Oh.
or I don't know if you've heard of cassava.
No.
Cassava is sort of a root vegetable. It's just like potato,
Oh
but
yes, we have
yeah.
cassava chips.
yes, cassava chips.
Yeah.
So we boil that and we make a dish out of it. We can have it with that as well. But yeah, by itself, it's a killer.
It's good.
You really don't need anything with it.
Yeah.
So
All right.
you set
Now
it
comes the
right,
decoration bit.
which I'm really bad at.
Well, the fish in itself is so, beautifully done.
So
I think it could be a taste changer as well if you have
the onion and the raw onion
the.
and that, it makes it really is yummy together.
I have to take a picture after you're done.
And of course a curry leaf. What can we do
It's been
without
the
it?
queen of the dish
Of course, no Kerala cooking is
It's
complete
complete without it.
without a curry leaf. It's like you need it. There you go.
Alright. I'm going to go from the other side and click. So this is what we call meal. No,
Mean Polichathu.
meal
Polichathu for you.
So meal polichathu, ladies and gentlemen, this is the roasted fish in banana leaf with lots of spices. As you could see, I think spices is an understatement. Spices, flavors, and timing. I understood timing is the key.
Very important with
Well-
any cooking. I think with any Indian cooking, it is very important.
Yes.
When
So
you add things, how you add things.
well, thank you so much. So we are ready to just taste it the way it is.
Please.
Yeah. Well, before I taste it, I just would like to thank, Dr. Papuri Borua here, who has been with us, and she's the secretary of ISWA, and she has been kind enough to film this entire thing for us. And she's super talented. She doesn't want to come in this side. I love to invite her. I have a small thing, like we have a small thing from ISWA as a token of appreciation.
Thank you.
Thank you for your
Thank
time
you.
and
Thank
your
you.
talents. So thank you so much, everyone. While I taste this delicious crumbleicious dish, please try it. And I think I'd like to try it immediately, actually.
Yes.
Can't
Why
wait.
not?
All right. Would you like to try it as well?
Not me.
Not me. Well, I think I'm going to first try.
What I'll do.
Okay.
Try the masala
I want to
first.
try the masala first
Yeah.
to see how spicy is it in the
Get
first
some
place.
water.
That's a good one. It's spicy, but it goes when it goes. I think I heard you are the fish person. We have the man of the house here. So I would request you to also try the lovely fish that we have today.
Yeah.
So is this your favorite fish as well?
Yeah, this is my favorite one of the.
One of the.
That's one of when you have so many good dishes.
That's the thing.
So yeah, would you like to try them?
Both of us, we can't eat fish.
Oh,
Is it
yeah.
right? We don't eat because the 9 days.
Yeah, 9 days,
yeah. Yeah,
Sorry.
so I would have invited Dr. Bhattacharya as well, but she's also fasting. So I am not, fortunately, so I'm going to go ahead with it. So I'm not going to eat. I'm going to take a little bit. Yes.
What I can help you with.
Cutting it,
With
not
cutting
eating.
it.
I don't want to be filming it and having like bones in my
Yeah. So now, when you're using black brim, that is very, very careful. It's a very, very, very bony fish.
Oh my
So
god,
very
good to say
careful.
that.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
very careful when you eat it. Then you-
Okay.
What you need to do is eat it with
A
the
little
masala.
masala in it.
Yeah.
Well, the masala was spicy, but it goes away. I don't know why, but the spice doesn't stay.
I find fish as such is a sweet. It's a
Mm.
Swedish meat, so you need that heat to
Mhm.
balance it.
This is amazing. Well, this is amazing. You've got to try this. Do make sure that you have go at this fish, or the easier version which was meant for me, for sure. So I would not get the banana leaves. I'll use the baking paper and the foil, so that at least when I invite guests next time, I'll try to show off how much I can cook. But I have the video there, so I'll have a look at it. And it's always good to show off the different parts of Indian cuisine. Thank you so much. While I continue, have a good Sunday and happy Dashera. Please come on in for a lovely photo shoot
Thank
here.
you.
So,
Thank you.
namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you.